Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Welcome, Jaydeep.
Good evening to all the viewers once again, and we have a lot of news lined up. Especially, trouble seems to find Sameer Wankhede in a spot again. So we'll be discussing, unfortunately. So we'll be discussing that, and also a lot of other news, in fact. So let's welcome each and everyone. Hi, Gloria, Sunita. Relax and sleep. Yes, we'll be talking about a Canadian incident, and Dina, hi. So this is the Toon Tales for today, and there you have our Prime Minister, Modi ji. So he's Shiv Bhakt. So that's a Toon Tale for today,
Yeah.
and
So the questions here, the reason why I felt like doing this cartoon was because there were many questions from people on social media saying that, see, is our Prime Minister really secular at all? So just wanted to remind people that at heart, the Prime Minister is first a Shiva Bhakt. You remember that he had made a trip to the Himalayas as an ascetic. He had left everything, all his worldly belongings, and got to the Himalayas. And he wanted to live the life of a sage. But when he met some other bigger gurus who advised him that this is not the time for you, you have several other duties to fulfill before you come for this. So perhaps they had intended that he would be prime minister soon. Now, then he worked his way from being a karyakarta, as in selling tea, joining the RSS, and then the movement started till he became a prime minister. Now, with regards to this, all of us, first comes our God, the supreme entity. Then comes everything else that we do, our duty, everything to our family, to our country, to the people. Everything comes only after that, after our belief that we can do good things under the supreme being. Also, here I wanted to show you one more thing is that, see, the prime minister is not only faithful to whichever deity he prays to. The second image, Jaydeep, if you could show that, he is also so humane. You're looking at he's bringing the cheetahs from Africa and leaving them in the wild to show that how much he respects wildlife. So see, these are only one or two aspects of his life. What about the fact that he's made India an IT power, and the fact that in many other fields, as in Ayurveda, in yoga, and you remember how he tackled COVID. We were the ones who were sending injections outside and helping people. And then with the demonetization drive also, he succeeded in many ways to make India corruption free. Today, even if you have this vegetable vendor outside, the first thing you do is not reach out for your money, but you pay him through digital currency, because all of them have Paytm or Google. So this is how advanced our Prime Minister has made our country. So my request to all of you friends is that, see, whenever you pray at night or in the morning or when you meditate, give a small prayer to this leader who is working so much for our country and our people. See, if only we do this, we stand as a united country. If it was under a person like Sonia Gandhi, you know how the country was being ruled before Modi ji came into power. So thank our stars that we have a leader like Modi leading us. Yeah, back to you, Jay.
yeah. So coming to the first piece of news is with regards to Riya Chakravarti. And this is a flashback, when Riya was arrested back then, and she was in Baikula jail in Mumbai for 28 days before receiving the bail. So during that time, she recently said, talking about the last day, she revealed that Sudha Bharadwaj revealed that Riya spent time with the inmates and danced with them on request. Sudha also praised Riya for staying strong and friendly with the people. So this is something what happened when Riya was arrested and she was dancing inside the jail with the inmates. So This is so as of now, there's no follow up on the NCB with this case. After naming her on the on the charge sheet. So let's hope justice is being served fast. So
Now, another thing
yeah.
I wanted to tell you before we go to this news is that the Congress party on today elected its first leader from outside the Nehru Gandhi family in over 2 decades. But the move is unlikely to help the already decimated party pose a challenge to Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2024 general elections. As many as 9,000 delegates voted in the election to pick veteran lawmaker Mallikarjun Kharge, who is 80, as party president. He defeated diplomat turned politician Shashi Tharoor, the head of the party's election authority, has said. So this is the change that has come about in Congress, and don't expect it to become anything different because Mallikarjun Kharge is just a blue-eyed man of Sonia Gandhi and just the yes man. So it is just like from one Manmohan Singh to another Manmohan Singh. That's all. So not that I am saying that Shashi Tharoor is any different. They're all the same, you know. So yeah. So let's go to the first news, Jaydev.
Yeah, so this is a picture of in based in Canada, right? It is
Yes, in Canada.
in Canada. You can see a theater and you can see hooded men wearing masks, and so they tore the screen. So major cinemas back away from screening South Indian films after vandalism triggers talk of turf war. Last month, two men went to the movies dressed in black hoodies and masks. They entered a landmark cinemas theater in Kitchener, Ontario, and walked into an empty auditorium. One of them slashed the movie screen and sprayed a noxious substance into the air before fleeing. The theater had been slated to play Paltu Janwar, a Malayalam film. 8 days later, someone entered a landmark theater in Calgary and let loose a can of pepper spray in the concession area, forcing it to be evacuated. Around the same time, some 300 kilometers away at a landmark in Edmonton, another individual released pepper spray inside a theater, according to the police. A Tamil film, Vendu Kadu, premiered a couple of days earlier. The incidents, first on September 10 and other two on September 18, were just the latest in a continuous campaign of vandalism waged at movie theaters, showing films in South Indian languages such as Tamil, Telugu, and Malayalam. The Globe and Mail has confirmed that around 20 theaters, including Cineplex, Landmark, and other owners, have been hit in at least 22 incidents since 2015. So this year has more vandalism than any other, with 10 cinemas targeted to date and in a much wider swath of the country. So film distributors contend turf war is underway, with criminals using vandalism and prospect of harming moviegoers to intimidate rival theaters into not showing South Indian language films, thereby cornering a lucrative market where popular films regularly sell out. The tactics appears to be working. Cineplex and Landmark are refusing to screen certain films over safety concerns. Distributors say it is challenging to find theaters willing to take on some films, and movie houses are demanding hefty deposits and added security before screenings. Even after two recent arrests, vandalism has not stopped. I'm glad that at least two suspects were caught, says Salim, a film distributor whose company is based in Kitchener. But there's definitely a conspiracy side to this and needs a deeper investigation. Who exactly is responsible is still a mystery. The vandalism started in Greater Toronto area in 2015. So, I mean, who is behind this is a big question mark as of now.
Yeah, see, you'll see that these there's something behind the there's some mischief behind this, and one thing is that see this man called Padin Kara, he first entered the film distribution business in 2019 because he wanted to see South Indian movies in a wider variety of theaters, including at major chains such as Cineplex and Landmark. The prospects are looking bleak, though, as the vandalism is showing no signs of abating. So now, see, let me just take a few points from Relax and Sleep. Relax and Sleep says, can we discuss about what's going on in Canada in Landmark, Cineplex, and other theaters in multiple cities of Canada? Some unknown people are tearing screen while a South Indian movie is playing. And
Yes.
theater owners are slowly coming to a decision that they will not play any South Indian movies as they are terrified. Now, here the agenda seems very clear. Apparently Bollywood would have its hand in it because Bollywood has been suffering because of the South Indian films and their what you call their reach. Especially now, last week you have seen how Kantara has hit the headlines everywhere. So they are scared of South Indian films and South Indian actors. So there seems to be some sort of a group who is against it, and for all you know, Khalistanis may also be helping them in this process because Canada is infested with these people, and they would have also had a hand in it. So Bollywood plus Khalistan maybe, and of course some politicians' hands will also be in it because I don't understand why they would do it otherwise. Go and tear the screen where just people are just showing this without any violence. So it's a very sad state of affairs in Canada, and if the leader in the country cannot do anything, then I think he has to be pulled up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on to the next piece of news. Again, as you will note, that our brave officer, Sameer Wankhede, who has been, who has been in the eyes of, problem since the time of Nawab Malik, and is now back in the news, because NCB now says that see, certain people, a group of people under him were responsible for unnecessarily dragging Aryan Khan into this. So let me just read out the news and then we can take out some points as well from this. Now, the Vigilance Department of the NCB has found irregularities in the Cordelia cruise ship drug bust probe led by former zonal head of the bureau, Sameer Wankhede, in October last year, in which actor Shah Rukh Khan's son was arrested along with 19 others, a senior NCB official said on Tuesday. Deputy Director General Gyaneshwar Singh, Chief Vigilance Officer of the Bureau, said a 3,000-page internal vigilance report has been submitted to NCB Director General Satya Narayan Pradhan. He, however, refused to divulge details of the inquiry or its conclusions. A senior bureau official requesting the anonymity said the report has recommended departmental action against at least 7 NCB officials. A second official said the Vigilance Department's report was compiled after recording the statements of around 65 people, including Shah Rukh Khan's manager, Pooja Dadlani. The report found several procedural lapses in the drug bust investigation, as well as other cases probed by Wankhede, who headed the Mumbai zonal office of the agency. On October 2, 2021, Wankhede and a team of NCB officials conducted a raid on the cruise ship Cordelia, which led to the arrest of 20 people, including Aryan Khan, who spent 28 days in jail before he was given bail by the Bombay High Court. In May, the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, CBIC, Wankhede's parent cadre, transferred him to the Office of Director General of Taxpayer Services in Chennai. A sit under NCB's then DDG, Sanjay Kumar Singh, reinvestigated the entire case and initial arrests made by Wankhede's team after allegations surfaced that attempts were made to extort money from Aryan Khan. The SIT said it found that the Mumbai NCB team's action had many grave irregularities and that they were allegedly just trying to implicate Aryan in this case. In an inclusive report in March, HT had reported that, contrary to the allegations of NCB's Mumbai unit, some of the key findings of the SIT, including that Aryan Khan was never in possession of drugs. Hence, there was no need to take his phone and check his chats. The chats did not suggest Khan was part of any international syndicate. Wankhede led a team of officers and some witnesses on the night of October 2 to raid the cruise at International Cruise Terminal at Green Gate in Mumbai. It seized 13 grams of cocaine, 5 grams of mephedrine, 21 grams of marijuana, 22 pills of NDMA, ecstasy, and 1.33 lakh in cash from the vessel. 7 months after arresting 20 people, the NCB exonerated Aryan Khan and 5 others and charged 14 people in the case. Now, what is in this incident about this incident? KRK has said, according to internal investigation of NCB, Aryan Khan was framed in a fake case. So now every shameless media house should say officially sorry to Aryan for doing his media trial. Even government should give him compensation for keeping him in jail for 28 days without any crime. This is what KRK say. But see, my question is, if Aryan was just framed, SRK could have taken legal action against NCB and the government of India. Aryan himself admitted to consuming drugs to NCB. So, unfortunately, in this country, police and central agencies can't do their job because of corrupt politicians. And which politicians are we talking about? It was the Mahas Vikas Agadi which was in power at that time, and a corrupt person like Nawab Kabab was the one who put Sameer Wankhede into trouble because Sameer Wankhede had arrested his son-in-law, in the case of drugs. So this whole campaign was to, somehow put Sameer Wankhede, away from the whole issue and get people who are friendly with media, with Bollywood and politicians. So you remember after that we saw the NCB chief sitting with Shah Rukh Khan and his son after that, and news that he was having a very friendly chat with them. And had he known that it was Shah Rukh Khan's birthday, he would have brought some cake, and they could have had the meeting next after a few days. Later, he was also found attending the party of Shah Rukh Khan's friend, close friend. And so here what we want to know is that, see, what is the reason for this to be taken up by NCB now? And if it is so clear, you mean to say that they had employed useless people, corrupt people in their department who didn't know their jobs? What happened when all this was happening and Sameer Wankhede was consulting this very same guys, who we have just mentioned now, saying that this is what I'm doing, because everybody has a hierarchy. And Sameer Wankhede was reporting to all these officers. At that time, they did not have a problem. So only when the name of Aryan Khan came and they found out that this boy's father has a lot of money, he can be fleeced. That is when things changed. And also the fact that, see, I just don't understand, in this case itself, they found so many drugs and money. Where did all this come from? You see, the Cordelia ship was just about babies, romping around and having fun with balloons and cake and whatnot. Then how come so much drugs were found? And how come so much cash? So the whitewashing is continuing with the help of NCB officials, looks like. Let's see. I mean, this is unraveling now. We will know exactly what is happening and why Sameer Wankhede is being made the scapegoat in this. And in this country, if righteous people who speak the truth and show the truth to the people are not required, this is what happens to them. You bring some, what you call useless clowns and tell us that they are your leaders? People like Baby Penguin? What sort of a country are we living in? Each time somehow Sameer Wankhede, people like Sameer Wankhede are putting together their life, again you rip them apart. And for what? People who are always looking stoned. Somehow, so unjust. It's so terrible to read this kind of news when it happens to people who have worked their lives for their country. When he was in customs, Sameer Wankhede had such a pristine image. People were scared to land in Bombay because of the kind of strict rule that Sameer Wankhede had in the customs. So I don't know what sort of a state is this Maharashtra. I'm not talking about Maharashtra. Every state which is not in the control of Modi ji, there is a problem. There is a problem. So can you imagine if these people were ruling our country? What a mess we would have been in.
What would have happened to freedom of speech?
Yes.
Right?
You talk about truth and they tell you it's a lie. When the truth was there all the time. Why do you think all these WhatsApp messages were there between Aryan Khan and this Ananya Pandey? You mean to say they were talking about dolls and toys and games? Or were they actually buying drugs? And this was connected to a huge international racket. He was almost reaching that point when you made him pull back, NCB. Terrible, this Ganeshwar Singh and whatnot, all these people. These were the people that Sameer Wankhede consulted each time he was going out for a raid, for an attack. And they were personally also attacked. Did you care about that? Terrible.
I mean,
Very, very
what
disgusting.
some
To me,
observations I've noticed is that in this country at the moment it seems like only the rich and powerful are getting away with any bullshit, right? Like whether be it Aryan Khan or Jacqueline Fernandez is out on bail, Riya Chakravarti is enjoying herself. She's doing fashion
Shilpa
shoots,
says this
Instagram.
Ganeshwar is a very much connected to Rajesh Shukla. Now we all know who is Rajesh Shukla. Don't forget the case, the famous case, Hardik Pandey and Munaf Patel, the alleged gang rape of a Don's wife. Don't forget this man, ever. So if Ganeshwar Singh is closely linked to him, then I'm not surprised. Ma'am, that one witness, Prabhakar Singh, one and only witness in SRK's son's drugs case, must have been conspired to death, as his death was just after, yes. And don't you think when this Pooja Dadlani wanted to bribe these people, shouldn't she have been put in jail? You look at her flaunting her dress and all that and walking around very proudly with Shah Rukh as though she is his second wife. So these people are free to do whatever they want. Bribe people, go around saying hi and bye, doing Karwa Chauth, all that is fine. Ma'am, the very fact that even after Ramdev Baba was clear about the names of drug usage, there's no statement from
Yes,
Bollywood shows that whatever was told was true. Yes. So let me tell you one thing. Baba Ramdev has very clearly, in his movement against drugs and alcohol, given the names of Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan as drug users. And also the fact that Aryan Khan uses drugs. So what is this Ganeshwar Singh and his seniors telling us about? If you want to sleep with the drug people and the Bollywood people and the politicians, you should not be in these federal agencies. And this is why exactly people behind NCB, we know why CBI is sleeping on SSR keys. And all these people who are connected to politicians who have close relationship with Bollywood, be even more scared of these people who stick to Fadnavis and Eknath Shinde types. And yes, that witness P. Sale was put to rest so that they do not want any hurdle in the way of AK's bail. And now NCB is whitewashing his image, but who cares? See, I was just watching the scene where Aryan Khan comes in a car with his sister and some girlfriend. You saw his attitude? It's like, somebody commented in Hindi. क्यों उसका मुंह ऐसा लगता है जैसे 12 बज गया? You understood? So, everybody knows there is something very wrong. And why would Gauri Khan give a press, a statement that, see, she's going to lock her son up? Now, if you don't trust your son, what was he doing? You mean to say you won't allow him to have drugs at park? So you are yourself confessing that he's addicted to drugs and you want to lock him up so that he doesn't mix with his friends and have drugs. What more proof was that? And here, NCB officials are writing 300 pages to say Aryan Khan was victimized. For what? Because he is the son of the superstar Shah Rukh Khan, who can give crores and crores. Is that what you are saying? Then make it very clear. Federal agencies working only for money, not for justice. Why not say that? Because you have not even told us even one thing about SSR, how he was killed. Okay, in that case, I would prefer the Bombay police, which was under Mahavikas Aghadi, doing a better job. At least they showed us some pictures of the wounds in his body. Please boycott Bollywood forever. No matter their trailers are good, Whether they take Oscar-worthy
Yes.
films, we just don't
Yes,
care.
Karthik.
Shut down the industry forever. Absolutely. We don't care about them consuming drugs, but our only concern is about how our
Yes. Yes.
youngsters getting easy supply of drugs because of them. And it is because of this that a girl like Jhanvi Kukreja died. She was an innocent victim who walked into this trap created by these men who NCB is now protecting. And they say they are narcotics bureau who catch drugs. You catch drugs from places that are convenient for you. Perhaps from some Nigerians, perhaps from some, Sri Lanka or somewhere, wherever it's coming from, but not from Bollywood. Why? Which is the adda of drugs. There was news that Shah Rukh Khan's wife was caught in Berlin with drugs.
Yeah, there was rumors.
Now, are you going to whitewash her also, Mr. Gyaneshwar Singh, and make 3,000 pages on how innocent she is and she's only doing furnishings? Boycott this Aryan Khan movie. Yes. Oh, Aryan Khan is also doing a movie now.
He's already ambassador of, I think, Adidas. Yes.
Ma'am, in so-called civilized nation, just go through case of Jeffrey Epstein, who was indulged in prostitution, drugs, child trafficking. He was back, but yes, I've read the complete story. I've gone through the whole
So
series.
Hollywood is another
I
story.
know this is exactly what is happening with all the people in Bollywood. And don't tell me Shah Rukh Khan is the kind of man who drinks milk and goes to sleep at 8 o'clock. Bollywood, proving themselves innocent using media only and running from investigation. Court also, Suraj Pancholi is so scared to attain court to answer lawyers' questions. Every rupee you pay for their tickets has blood of thousands of victims written all over it, just like you have blood
Yes, well
diamonds.
said. Well said.
Yeah, yeah. Gutterwood is riding on Blood Bunny. Now, this girl who was killed just a few days back, Vaishali Kakar. See, now that girl,
Vaishali
they are
Thakkar.
building a huge story about her having a boyfriend and all that and all that. She was going to reveal something about SSR. So we know who has killed her, and it's not a suicide. This will continue, till all these movies will keep on coming out, these people's whatever, silly movies they are making, this will keep on happening. Young girls and young boys will keep on dying. They will be drugged. This sort of Kali Yuga within Bollywood will never stop. Aryan has inhabited or inherited the drug habit from his parents. Karthik, so true. You put it wonderfully. Drishyam 2 is coming out, again a copy of Malayalam.
Yes.
How foolish they are remaking a thriller mystery whose ending is already known, when all have seen original 3 years back. Yes. Anyway, boycott it. Even boycott Saif Ali Khan's son. I heard he is doing a remake
Okay.
of a South film. In fact, friends, today, the trailer of Varun Dhawan's movie, some movie, has been released. So kindly boycott that also, which is going to release in November. Kaushik says, our system is compromised. That is why we see so much of arrogance among Kava. There are people who keep on sabotaging case. Such activities are happening for a long time. 3 front wars as some basis. Kalindi, thank God at least money didn't play a role here. Jay Shah, son of Amit Shah, banned the Asia Cup in Pakistan, where our players were excited to go. Now here, Kalindi, I'd just like to make a point here, Kalindi, that when we had, earlier we had raised this point, there were some people who said that, see, he has been put there specifically for a certain reason to find out what is happening within the IPL and these cricket matches. So now you can understand what is happening. Ma'am, speaking about Shukla and Pandya, former IT Commissioner S.K. Srivastava has said few IRS officers arrange women for him, Chidambaram, in UPA tenure. What level of compromise Constitution has been? Yes, this is all what the news you say about Chidambaram and his son. I mean, everybody knows about it, the kind of character they have. with Uzbekistan women and all that. We have heard all that, So this is nothing new for us. Has anyone seen the promos for Janvi's new film? She's mercilessly trolled for her expressions or for the lack of them. Now, is she competing with Alia by any chance? Joke of the day, yet another remake of the movie Helen. Janvi Kapoor is the remake so bankrupt, there are ideas only remakes after remakes.
They will remake their own remake now. Next.
Yeah.
SRK's younger son, Abram, okay. He doesn't look anything like SRK. Last heard SRK Rakla's Jawan is also a copy of South film. Oh, okay. I saw Millie trailer, expressionless druggy she is as G1. So let's come to the next piece of news. Is with regards to Mohanlal's latest film, Monster. And Mohanlal is gearing up for the release of Monster. And however, the film has hit a roadblock when the Gulf countries banned the film over LGBTQ content. Post the hiccup, the makers had submitted the film to the censor board for re-evaluation. Now, as per the latest development, the ban on the legendary actor's forthcoming film has been lifted in Bahrain after the board asked the makers to trim 13 minutes of the film. The makers also planning for the wide release as it marks the reunion of the Pulimurgan duo, Mohanlal and director Vaisak. The trade analyst Sridhar Pillai took to Twitter and revealed that the ban on Mohanlal's Monster has been lifted in Bahrain. Now, if reports are to be believed, the upcoming film will hit the theaters in Bahrain on October 21st. So, earlier, several media reports suggested that the movie has been recommended for re-censor. A decision on censorship was expected on Tuesday. So, this is quite interesting to note that the content of LGBTQ, which is lay, lesbian, relationship or anything, any content which is related to that subject was there in this film Monster, and that content was trimmed or removed from the film so that this film could be screened in Bahrain. Now, an interesting aspect of from this you can notice that why can't anti-Hindu scenes be trimmed out of Bollywood, just like how fast they did it for this film, right, with regards to LGBTQ scenes. So yes, it's quite funny. Thanks to SSR and his team for waking up Sanatnis. Many audiences showed their choice standard to oppose to force-fed agenda-oriented bakwas Bollywood films. Thanks, Bardhan Savitri. Is this a plot to woo people to get to see his forthcoming film Patan? Now I have a question. Why so much an hype and spotlight on to make LGBT content? Majama was also about this. It's a very good question, Jeevan, because these relationships were there since the human beings were created, right? Like, why is it so important all of a sudden, right? So why is it a sudden focus on this subject? Speaking about cricket, 2016 women's cricket team were penalized with 6 points in an ongoing championship as they had boycotted series against Pakistan. No one stood in support of them. Okay. Do you think Sameer Wankhede is facing the same fate as Ravindra Patel, witness of 2002 hit and run?
No. They can't do anything to him. This is just, let's see how far these people will go with that. Who are they making fool of? By doing this, they're harming themselves more than others. Their own children will become drug addicts and their children's children.
When was SRK's last movie outing? Before 6 years, out of sight, out of mind. I remember the last film, I think, was a cameo in Brahmastra, if I remember. It was all cameos. SRK's younger son is born out of surrogacy. Actually, the sister-in-law of Gauri Khan's is his real mother, which seems to be suspicious. Okay. Because he doesn't look like SRK, Abram. The movie are a form of spell casting with subliminal messages interlaced in plots. It is no wonder that since we have stopped watching, we have seen their public power decline. No doubt, and boycott Bollywood movement is a huge success. And by the way, Brahmastra is releasing on OTT platforms on November 5th. So fast they are releasing the film on OTT platforms, which is the film which was supposed to be a very huge success, made 300 crore plus according to the pro Bollywood media. So why is it releasing so fast in OTT platforms? Not even 1 month after theatrical release. So that is itself is proof that the film did not it didn't perform well, and they relied on OTT platform like Disney Hotstar to give them money to buy, to make some money. Sameer Wankhede is not Ravindra Patel, hence there's no comparison. Yes, boycott all endorsements events by them, says Shaya. Let the shares profits of these brands nosedive so low that they will not hire these filthy people anymore. Yes, so the power is in the hands of the audience. Everyone, like each and every candid mean a viewer like you, and so to you should choose which product you buy. Whether you have to see which film. I would urge each and every person here to watch Kantara because many people say that the last few minutes of the film they felt so inspired. The last few minutes, the ending of the film, they felt so inspired, and they felt some divine energy. And so these are the kind of opinions which are being expressed by people who saw this lovely Kannada film Kantara, and it has become a huge hit all over India, and I'm sure it is doing well all over the world also. And I do hope Kannada film industry makes more and more these traditional films which shows Sanatan Dharma in the right light. So kudos to them. SRK is doing something dirty in the background. That's why he is no time for doing films. I think he's busy supporting his wife and making interior design. Did you notice Hrithik Roshan viral video? Yes, he got a bald patch. Yes, his double chin was hanging like aged person. He is not fat. He looks older than
Absolutely.
his. Yeah, you know the kind of lifestyle these Bollywood people have, right? Like they have all these supplements and gym supplements and all these substance, right? Like so,
In
why did
fact,
Karan Johar?
yeah. In fact, Salman Khan's bodyguard, body double, also died.
Mhm.
So young guy dying like that, there must be something terribly wrong with all these supplements and things they take. Why did Karan Johar run away from Twitter? Is he enjoying 400 crore Brahmastra profits?
Ma'am, in 2017 men's championship trophy, so-called Indian team must have boycott Pakistan, but they handled neither. They wore black band as they are denied to wear. Ma'am, cricket same as
Yes.
Nisar, cricket, Bollywood, IPL, all are one circle. No, like they are very close, and many of the IPL matches are fixed. So it is nothing new, but people are still fools to go and watch, buy tickets in IPL matches, and people are still fools to buy tickets. So SRK's last lead role was Zero in 2018. Yes, and a cameo role in Brahmastra was the last, I
So you
think,
see
film.
all these movies with names like Zero, Goodbye, it is all showing the last moments in their lives of Bollywood. Yeah.
Pan India making Kantara KGF RRR Pushpa hits shows Sanatani's choice standard irrespective of language. Whereas Anurag, did audience get lottery to watch films? And SRK is a zero, not two big ones. So it's kind of hilarious that his film was named Zero. The comments about Janvi was people are asking whether she's Sridevi's daughter only. Also, many of them don't like the way she looks or acts
Yeah, in
as
fact,
Sunita.
Sunita, she even had a nose job. If you look at Janvi of a few years back, her nose was all up, like a snub nose. And she had all that chiseled off she made herself try to look like the new Sridevi, because Sridevi also earlier had a very, ugly looking nose, which was she chiseled and made perfect.
I think it is Kamal Hassan's film with Sridevi, which made her very popular in film industry. That was the key film. The rich and powerful are not dying of suicide. Yes, Pusha. Huge success on OTT, good dream. Yeah. Lal Singh Chadha, yes. And even now Brahmastra is releasing soon. He's zero now to the SSRians. All his truth is out, says. Okay, you're talking about whom? Nanashri, many are saying.
He's talking about SSR.
Okay. Many are saying Abraham is Aryan's son from his escapade. Yeah, these are some of the rumors which are floating around Maya. To SRK with a white donor for surrogacy. Good evening, Srujana ji. Does Janvi even act? She just comes on screen and she has the same expression. Your great effort and dedication is very much valued and appreciated, says N. We all have to stand for Sameer
Yes.
Wankhede. He has fought for the right, and we need to show our children the right path. I can't stand Gutterwood and their children. They will suffer for crime they do. Yes,
See,
Liberata. I
this
mean,
year,
like,
I'd like to make a point, Liberata, is that, see, when Pathan comes, each of you should remember Sameer Wankade's face, his wife's face, his father's and his sister's face, and say, no, we will not see Pathan for what they did to an honest officer like Sameer. This is your duty.
KRK tweets the truth about India being lower on the hunger index is equivalent to Brahmastra being a blockbuster, says Kapil. Shahrukh is just that. Another statue at Madame Tussauds. London and Aryan one in the making. Real heroes like Sameer live in our hearts, not museums. Well said. Is it true that PC was married to SRK when PC's dad was seriously ill? They say they got married in front of him. Oh, okay. They definitely had an affair, Priyanka and
Which is
Shahrukh.
why,
So,
yeah, which is why the Gauri wanted to walk out, and then some
yes.
compromise was made out, and PC was kicked out
Otherwise,
of
it would have been
Hollywood.
divorce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she landed in a baby's lap and got promptly married to him. And these are all a part of the Illuminati.
And so Priyanka, very cleverly, she went to the West or the US, and then she made connections with Hollywood, and that's how she got married to a Jonas brother, and she made it in the US, and now she is openly supporting Iranian cause, right? There was 10 to 15 years back when I used to think that it's just me who finds Bollywood disgusting, insulting. After the SSR case, all the stardom and glitz is gone. Don't lose hope. Hrithik I feel, has serious health issue. I cannot rule out cancer as his father Rakesh also was suffering. Yeah, he does not look very healthy. He looks very frail. Suddenly, after her mother's murder, Janvi grew up overnight, endowed, having the right assets.
No. Yeah, Usha, this is all called silicon power. Okay, so I'm sure you understand what I mean. Looks like the adrenochrome doses are not working for Hrithik. Ma'am, Disha Salim was working in Bunty Sajde's company, which is linked to cricketers as well. Ma'am, cricket is same as Karachi
Yes.
wood. Nisarg, if you look at my earlier files, we've spoken about IPL in detail. We've spoken about
It's there
Bunty
in the
Sajde,
playlist.
Disha's connection.
Playlist section of Candid Meena Nisarg. Please make sure to check the playlist section. We have done taboo topics. We have done Bollywood insider stories. So you can find all those videos. You can watch them. By the way, a big patch of his hair was gone from the back. Yes, Bandhan. I'm waiting to meet Taliwali auntie to tell loudly, Taliwali auntie, Tali bajao na. And then she will shout on me, I'll run away. And she will keep shouting, says Jio. That's funny. Even a TV show like Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma were, on one hand, they are promoting Indian culture, whereas on the other hand, they are promoting Bollywood films or stars too. Ulti Kopti says the name of SRK correctly. Shahrukh Zero Bakri Hatla Khan. And RPS, so many releases of now. What is she doing that she gets so many movies? Yeah, Rakul Preet Singh. Okay, what do these celebs do in Maldives? Any dark secrets lurking there? Yes, as we said, a lot of suspicious things happen in Maldives. Why is Maldives chosen as the main vacation for all these starlets and actresses? So definitely there's something fishy going on there. So Janvi had nose, color lips, and many jobs done basically all. Yes. Take a closer look at Ritik's face, skin sagging, too many wrinkles, losing hair, not good sign at all. There's something serious. Yes, it looks like that, Kate. Maldives, you go when your holiday package is paid by an elderly man, you have to make him happy in all departments, mainly in bed, says. But the angry old woman has received a good bashing on social media for her unforgivable behavior. Yes, Osha. Boycott this Devdutt Patnaik also. He is anti Sanatan. Okay. No wonder Susie left. You mean Suzanne? Hi,
No, no,
Purna.
Suzanne is worse. Let me tell you that. She and Arjun Kapoor,
Arjun
what
Rampal.
is, Arjun Rampal were a thing. And you know Arjun Rampal's drug history. Welcome, Purna. Sameer Wankhede is
Yes,
our true hero.
Sameer Wankhede is the true hero. You mean Suzanne Khan? Nice pet name you give. Patan should be boycotted. It is in the red list. Yes. So much of fun I missed. You can always rewind, Purna. No investigation at Karjat farmhouse. Yes. Janvi not only got a nose job, but also complexion change like Kajal and Priyanka. After changing everything, they will say, I love myself the way I am. And even if you see Mauni Roy in her earlier pictures, she was very dark and now she's all fair. So, excellent idea to boycott Patan is to
Yes.
remember and honor
Yeah,
Wankhede and
this should
family.
be
Yes.
our duty. You know, this should be our duty. If we care for Sameer Wankhede, his reputation and his family's reputation, and why we love him as a real hero, this should be our decision. Nothing more.
Yes. Hi, Vladimir. How are you? Our candid Mina should be called to do Namkaran for these polys. We are talented. Award goes to Taliwali Auntie, says Jeevan. I mean, entire candid Mina family. Thanks, Jeevan. Sridevi was protective of her daughter's post and death. They were just left directionless. Before the silicon transplants and whitening injection, Janvi looks very much ordinary. Yes, Purna. Good evening, Hari. How are you? Then she will yell at you. Hope you fall doubly now. Okay.
Stumble and fall.
Boycott evil good and advertising, says Judy. When even cruising, if taken for a long time, can affect your kidney. Imagine taking a cocktail of drugs, alcohol, and whatnot. You expect your body. Yes, Karthik, and for having those six-pack abs and all those bodybuilding, cuts in a very short space of time. He must have definitely taken all these supplements and everything,
Yeah.
and maybe even those injections also. So that must be the side effect of all those.
Yeah. So here, let me tell you something very interesting that Kangana Ranaut has said. Now,
Hmm.
Kangana Ranaut has, suddenly she's gone into, rewind mode, and she says that, she was called a witch by many of the journalists and editors, and that the editors used to say that, she had this habit of practicing black magic and making, putting her menstrual blood and making laddus out of them and giving it to people during Diwali. And one of her victims was this boy. What is his name? Shekhar Suman's son, who used to live with her, and
Suman.
apparently he used to partake in this blood taking ceremony or whatever she called it. And she says that that is what the editors and journalists think made her such a huge success, because these media cannot believe that she can become successful without a godfather or some family influence or some help from outsiders. So that is the reason why she has become so successful. And she said that, see, also it was said by Sadhguru that sometime back 200 women were killed because people thought they were witches. And but that would not happen to her. Now, I find this very strange talk. Now, what has
Mm.
made her say all this is very strange because, I think she's gone a little cuckoo, you know, or she must be in another, sort of mood to say such, sort of obscene things.
Yeah, so it is widely known that black magic is practiced in Bollywood among Bollywood actors and actresses because there's a lot of ingrown jealousy between these and competition between the existing Bollywood actors themselves. So, like when others they perform black magic so that the other actors fill in flops. So these are some of the stories which have come from insiders as well. So black magic is widely spread practiced among Bollywood stars. Yes. This Kangana is sick lady and shameless to the core. Yes. Sadhguru seems to have a penchant for Bolly heroines. Yes. Kangana is also no saint. She was heavily into Ajay Devgan. Yeah, she was into many people like Hrithik Roshan as well. So Kangana is Ria's big sister. Every single success has a human sacrifice behind it, says N. Worse Illuminati rituals is made to female gender change, says Usri. Mhm.
So, Usri, you would have, I don't know whether you noticed the way Ekta Kapoor was walking in one of the videos that we had shown you before. There was something very, very, what you call strange, So please see that what you're mentioning, and there seems to be some connect. Even Adyayan Suman, along with his parents, are told the same thing about Kangana in Bombay Times. Black magic is for human beings to do dark things. These people are themselves. It's better that so called celebrities are seeing their demise. Otherwise, what an anti cultural life they lead, fully drenched in Western ethos. What impact their children have. Well said, Deepak. Having expectations on our central agencies would be worthless, as they, together with attorney general, public prosecutors, have weakened big scam cases. How can ED they be an American Werewolf in London, through which Beria movie totally copied Bollywood remake Never Stops? Minaji, Sadhguru, why does he encourage and support these heroines, all these ladies? It's the same reasons, Sujana, why he wears Manish Malhotra clothes. Megha, in some videos, Taliwali auntie angrily asks the paparazzi, "Who are you people? Why are you snapping pictures?" And somebody in the crowd was replying that we are the paparazzi that you hired. My God.
Does she seem to have signs of Alzheimer's?
Please read books of Sitaram Goel, Ram Swarup, and other such luminaries if you really want to understand about our culture. Stop reading books of such zudos like Devdutt. Another example of spinelessness who couldn't protect Sagar Deshpande, who was helping ED in 36,000 crore scam of Cox and Kings and Yes Bank. His dead body was found hanging just after SSR's death. I don't remember who, but when one Twitter user confronted Devdutt about some concept which was wrongly written by him, he replied with a very sexual, perverse tweet. This is your Devdutt Patnaik. Namely about the truth which Sri was going to bring out. Reminder to all, boycott Tiger, thank God, Pathan. Yeah, the movie I told you was Bhedia, Varun Dhawan's movie, Bhedia.
I think Dr. G and all is doing horribly.
Yeah.
Urfi Javed has slammed Jaya auntie over her arrogance. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop being Aurelia addresses Alia as those ads is Jeevan. Nowadays, I find all Bollywood people are theatrical tricks. How are you? Yeah, okay, fine. While talking to Sadhguru, Kangana was praising UK for its beauty, cleanliness. Sadhguru snubbed her by saying that it was done with India's money, says Vasanti. Government should really get cracking with some progressive reforms, both in judiciary and premier agencies. So otherwise, it's all hopeless. Yes, well said, Nisha. Sadhguru volunteers are masters at emotional blackmailing, says Humble. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I'm not a follower of Sadhguru because number one, in that one of his, I think Mahashivratri night, a song of Maulvi was played, and why would a song of Maulvi be played during Mahashivratri? So, and why doesn't he wear a orange dress or saffron dress, right? Like, so if he's a guru, a spiritual guru, then why? So these are some of the things which sort of I have some questions regarding Sadhguru. So Ikta was walking as if she is doing a pelvic thrust movement in a dance number in a Bollywood film.
Yeah, exactly.
Best books to read about Indian culture by Geeta Press. Okay. Yes, this is. I stopped following. The same
The
reason as
same thing,
you.
Hemagiri. Even
Yeah.
me, I found out something very weird.
Because earlier I used to, follow him because he speaks very, nicely. He seems to have a lot of knowledge. When before this incident, I used to follow him. Sadhguru, I'm not able to understand him, but he is what for our country or for Bollywood, yes. So our gender change women male appearance, sloppy collarbones, a smooth round jawline, crane-like walk, but such people take huge testosterone. Yes, and many people look, many women look manly because I guess the testosterone levels are very high. So can give you yes, Karthik. If these actresses have been smoking that drug, then it's possible. Yes. Why do they want to look masculine, right? So that's a very big question. What's the story behind Shashikala and Jayalalitha? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
See,
it needs a
Tripura,
whole
see,
session.
this lady was completely controlling Jayalalitha. And there was a time when Jayalalitha used to hate her, especially when she was into nursing, when she was bedridden. That was the time when she started manipulating her. And they also say that, see, the death was not a natural death. So,
Mhm.
so you can understand what all would have gone behind it. Gokpur Gita Press, yes. People should all join together and totally boycott each and every Bollywood movie, whoever or whatever it is about. World famous All Ali Maula dance. Vladimir, doing well, buddy. How about you? Dave Das has finally said that he has not read scriptures in original Sanskritam. No wonder his book on Gita is Gita as I know, all based on Western translations.
Translations.
Yeah. So with this let me take two more. Lucia says, morning to our hosts and loyal viewers. Just joined in late to hit the button
Hit
and
the
say good
like button,
morning.
everybody. So don't
Babysitting
forget
my
to do that.
grandson. We'll watch later. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Lucille.
Very kind of you, Lucille. No, Jade, they don't want to look masculine. No real woman would want that. I said the side
Oh,
effects
okay.
of the drug. Yeah. Welcome to Vladimir. Vladimir is equally very popular. Some say that Sadhguru is promoting Indian weavers, but he wants to promote these weavers. Then he's getting the clothes from Manish Malhotra and not.
Yeah, why Manish Malhotra, right?
Anyone remember Aishwarya's vulgar dance with Deepika in Ambani's wedding? She almost kissed Deepika. Why Smriti Irani is silent? She has been aware of this level of crimes in Karachi Wood and Syndicate. Instead, she shares pictures of Ekta Kapoor. They want to look like male while born females because of the agreement with the Illuminati for name, fame, money, and power, selling souls and spoil families.
Selling souls to the devil.
Yeah. They're all praising Bedia's trailer. What's so unique? Please boycott it. Boycott everything Bollywood. Yes.
Har Har
Har Har
Mahadev.
Mahadev. Yeah. And on this note, we say good night and justice for Sushant Singh Rajput.
That's all. Good night.